It's very chilly outside today with a cold rain falling, but the workshop is nice and warm, and I am out here working on a few things and recording some video for the channel. Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I wanted to drop in and show you what is going on with my junk journal planner. This has ended up being such a good solution for me for keeping up with everything every day, taking the time to really, meditate over what I need to do each day, even if it's just a few minutes. I do find that this makes me stop and think about what I'm writing down and am I actually getting things done. So I just wanted to show you some things I've put in here. I'll switch the camera so we can look at the desk. I shared this planner in a recent video. This is the second planner that I have done in this size, and I call them junk journal planners. And they are working out so great for me. I got a question or two about how I made the cover, and it's very similar to the way I do many of my journals. This is a piece of file folder that I cut down to fit around the pages. You can absolutely make one signature, however many pages you want to give you enough pages to cover the month. And then you could stitch it in with a needle, use a needle and some heavy cord to do like a 3-hole pamphlet stitch or something like that. I used the sewing machine to sew in my signatures because I had things in here from Stampington that I did not want to fold in half and lose half of the page, if that makes sense. But let's just flip through and talk about some things. I made a little card for myself to go into the front of the journal, and I do have these extra sheets of paper, business cards. It's very easy to carry these things around with me because the journal is so small. This coffee cup, of course, I cut off of a coffee bag that I finished with, and I just sewed it onto the card and then glued some paper on this side that I could easily write on, and this will be a running shopping list through the month of February. Now, I may make additional lists as I need to for groceries or things like that, but these are things that I just want to write down. I can cross them off, and it'll also show me what I've purchased through the month or what I need through the month. As the month goes on, these pages become really pretty, really layered, really decorated. If I turn to the back, you will see that, like here, I've not done anything here yet. Some of these pages in the back are very plain. There's nothing but the date. What I do is write down work schedules, appointments, doctor visits, times that I might be babysitting one of my grandkids, a gig that Jason has that I want to be at, dinner plans. So I go through and write those things down on the days. And then as those days get closer, I write down things that I need to do as well. Like if I'm going to be in this location, I want to remember to stop here. I frequently put little circles beside things that I need to get done. So you can see I have a circle, and I put a check mark in that when it is over with or when I accomplish it. Some of these pages, they are directives that were taken out of Stampington, and you probably saw where I cut those pages up and folded them and sewed them in. This particular page was talking about all different patterns and shapes, and maybe cutting pieces out that you like the best and gluing them into place. And it was really a fun exercise. Does it take a lot of brain power? No, it's not like I created some big thing that, is going to be the next viral challenge. But it gave me a chance to sit here with the planner and do something really easy while I gave thought to things that need to be put into the planner, whether or not I accomplished everything. I love this page. I didn't want to lose any of this really pretty paper that I bought at Paper Source. Some of the pages are made from this paper. So I cut a piece out, folded it, and glued it on top of this page. You can see this says February 3rd. There were some things underneath here that I had accomplished. Nothing major that I need to remember. So I went ahead and covered it up and then re-glued the date on. These are 2 images that came out of a book, and I think they're really neat. So I cut those, and they were already ovals. So I just cut around the edges and then used gold paint to make little dots around the edge of each of those photos. This page, this actually directed from Stampington. It actually directed the user of the page to tear up bits of paper towel that had been used and glue them onto the page and paint over them. So I did that, and it was just such a shocking mass of this blue color. I didn't like it so much, so I went back over it with white, and I just ended up spreading this color over to the next page. I glued the bird on top. Underneath you can see a little bit of a work schedule here. And of course, these are just plain pages. I can come back and glue things in. For example, this is from a page of vintage ads. All of these ads are from $18.99, and I put together an 8.5 by 11 sheet of these. They're also individual on my website in case you want to do something bigger with these, and they're free. These are old, these are copyright free. Love this one. That old travel poster has a very boho look to it. And here is another ad. I love this one too. This is a A.W. Faber lead and colored pencils. It says established in 1761. I did not know that. These old ads have a lot of history in them. Here you can see where I took some strips of paper from one of my gel prints and glued over things that I've accomplished. And this is today, so I'm going to be, you know, accomplishing a few more things hopefully today. I need to go to the post office. I've got packages to take. I want to put all of my clothing away. I've washed a lot of clothes. I have a lot of clothes to wash. Oh, I love this page. So this little junk journal planner has also become a place for me to try out ideas or just to create. It is a small, sweet, little size journal, and it has worked out perfectly for me. I saw the other day a picture of a cloche. I think that's what you call it, you know, the glass dome that sits over the seedlings or whatever. And I just thought, I wonder if I have any clear paper in the workshop that I could cut out that shape and put some flowers under it. And lo and behold, not long after that, I saw these beautiful little butterfly stickers. I mean, they were tiny like this. They were very bright. They had a lot of glitter on them. And I just decided that I would try to create some of those as well using my little butterfly punch. You can see it makes a really small little butterfly. Each one of these is 2 layers of butterfly. The first one is put down without any embellishing with some glue, and then there's another drop of glue, and then the second butterfly, I added some color to it and even added a little bit of glitter. And here we are caught up with everything I've done in here. You can see that I have started stapling some tabs to every page. Because the pages come out all the way to the edge of the journal, I'm not letting these tabs overhang any at all. Sometimes I do, and I really like that. It helps to grab the pages and turn them, but even these, I find that it helps to just get a grip on a page or go to a certain page. Bringing in one more idea, you can see behind this old ad, there are a lot of strips torn off of old gel prints. Like many of us, I have a lot of gel prints that I've just created while experimenting, but I don't really necessarily have a use for some of these to use the whole page, and I don't want to throw them out. One of these directives from Stampington said, wait a minute, before you throw out artwork that you don't like, look at it a little more closely. Is there one part of it that you can use? And it actually mentioned old gel prints that you could cut pieces out of. So that's exactly what I've done with these. And I love the way that turned out. I also cut one up to make tabs, and I like that idea. Some of these I use in journals from time to time. It depends on how they feel when they're done. I have found that some acrylic paints leave a really, oh look, those are image transfers. Some acrylics, when they dry, leave a smooth finish that's pleasant to the touch, and some of them dry feeling chalky, and I can't stand that. I don't like that feeling at all. Anyway, I hope that this video has helped you a little bit to maybe think about ways you can plan your days and bring creativity into your days in ways that don't take a long time. Or maybe you want a junk journal and it doesn't seem practical because you have all these other things going on. I have found it really helpful to me to bring junk journaling and planning into the same thing. You could even expand something like this to include some bullet journaling. You know, it definitely, this could include everything. So I'm gonna run for now. I hope this video was helpful. I do have a tutorial coming up soon of the pretty background pages that I wanted to share with you.
Thank you so much for being here and watching. Bye for now.